So we are on a principle of understanding how to find real self. So we have three questions to answer according to the teaching. What is not real self? That is one. And in that, what is not real self, we have to clearly understand we are not the three physical bodies. And we have covered uh, we are not the physical body, we are not the subtle body. In these sessions, these are the knowledge bites. If I do not contemplate and reflect, nothing will happen. So that brings us. So, what is not real self? We are none of the three bodies. We are not the five sheets. Now, I know it. I know that you know it. But the state is not there. It is the third body, which is known as causal body. Are you getting it? So don't get offended. Yeah. Seeker is not offended. But if you are offended, you are not a seeker. When your subtle body realizes, that happens in the mind, the intellect understands, ego is crushed because the real self will not reveal in the presence of ego. And the vasanas, the fourth concept comes, the vasanas. We will talk about it. Now let us take some bites about the causal body. We have covered physical body, we have covered subtle body, and now comes the causal body. When the mind is crazy, what you do? You try to make responsible the outer situation at the social, mental, emotional level. That is one of the symptoms of causal body. No, I'm very busy, so, you see that, I cannot attend the session, causal body. I don't feel good, causal body. They're just trying to understand. By this causal body, if we do not understand it clearly, the mind remains crazy on one account or the other. The intellect is paralyzed. The ego enjoys hiding. And the vasana, the storehouse of our impression, blocks the journey of the real self. Do you know me? Yes, I know you, causal body. What do you know about me? This causal body is present all the time until we realize this real self. I lived with the master for 26 years and I think it is only 26 hours. Not more than 26 hours. Internally, I feel, I should have lived more. No, I'm very busy, I cannot attend, I cannot pay you. Don't pay me. Are you attending the session regularly? I'm taken care of by these two great people, so I don't need that. I'm okay. Do you commit yourself to the journey of the self-discovery? No, no, it's my right that I should say that I cannot pay you. Causal body. Causal body. Understand that. Once you understand this causal body, Sam, you are going to be a teacher in this line. You have to understand. You have to tolerate a lot of things. It is not that, I'm a coach and a mentor. No. Crush this idea that you are a mentor and a coach. You continue your journey. So now, understand intellectually this causal body is the cause of physical body and the cause of subtle body. You already know subtle body. It contains the 5 sense organs, 5 motor organs, mind, intellect, and the 5 energy functions. Do you feel uncomfortable? Causal body. Do you see that causal body? Anastasia, you have to learn slowly. Knowledge is realized in stages. You should not be in a hurry. She sent a wonderful email. So, we are trying to understand the subtle body expresses itself in thought, speech, and action, which is the result of my awareness. Awareness of what? Awareness of what? Are you aware of me? Yes, I'm aware of your physical body. No, I'm saying, are you aware of myself? Are you aware of me? No, I'm aware what you are speaking. No. Are you aware of me? So then only we can reach to the causal body. And if the mind is crazy, the intellect is paralyzed, the ego breaks, ego gives the condition. Nothing is going to happen. Causal body. And that is why we should understand the discernment and dispassion. We have to follow that discernment and dispassion. And I will recall you the understanding of the truth, the false self, the false that appears true but it is not true. Water in the mirrors. Recall that. Coming directly to the causal body again. Cause of the physical is physical body and the subtle body is the causal body. We have understood the cause of the material cause of the physical body is matter and the efficient causes. Do you remember? All our past impressions, seed impressions, where the vasana, I use the word vasana, all my past impressions are accumulated, they are present there. From there it comes. No, I don't want to attend your session. No, I want to attend your session. Both comes from the causal body. So we have understood the physical body, material cause. Pay attention. Material cause is the matter, efficient cause is the past impression. Repository, reservoir of all the impressions. That triggers the subtle body and the subtle body takes an action. Function of the physical body is the sorrow, joy, and the mixed experiences. If I claim I am the physical body, then I take birth and death, which is a fact, which is the truth. Follow this truth. You are happy. You know this is the truth. That is discernment. But if I am not the physical body, then who am I? Then I go to the subtle body. What is subtle body? Material cause of the subtle body is again the 5 elements. Matter. It's purely matter. Can you listen to me without matter? See the material cause. If there is no space, there is no air, ears, physical, plus consciousness. So one is the material cause, is the 5 elements of the subtle body that makes 5 sense organs, 5 motor organs, and the 5 energy functions plus mind in the intellect. And if the mind is not clear, why it is not clear? Efficient causes the same past impressions. 2 causes, material cause and the efficient cause. It is only because of these 17 factors of the causal body, I think, I speak, I feel, I touch, I see. So I have the knowledge of touch, recognition, feeling in the touch. Based on that, my mind and the ego creates an idea and a thought coming from the causal body. Are you getting it? Coming from the causal body. No, you are good. Doesn't make any difference. No, you are worst. Doesn't make any difference. Both are coming from the subtle body. Are you getting it? Do you want to taste the causal body again? I told you, I asked you a simple question. Do you know me? I know you. I take it for granted. So that thought, that idea, that feeling expressed by the subtle body coming from the causal body. So I start living at the surface level. When I start living at the surface level, then I forget the real self. No, let me ask you, do you know yourself? No, I know myself. So what do you know? Do you know your physical body? Yes. Do you know your subtle body? Yes. You are neither the physical body nor the subtle body. I believe you all are paying attention. So when I claim and then I realize I do not know, what is this I do not know? Ignorance. Causal body is made up of ignorance. That is what I was trying to say. At every moment in my life, I can claim that I am aware, but I am aware of what? Until I know and discover the real self. The causal body is living and taking over the subtle body and the physical body in all my activities. In all my activities, thought, speech, and action. I'm good to you. And the next moment, I am agitated and reacting. Causal body. Are you getting it? So then I paralyze my intellect and I rationalize. So that rationalization is again the effect of the causal body. What causal body is made up of? It is made up of ignorance. That material of the causal body is ignorance. Do I know my real self? No. Until then, whatever I'm doing in my life, in my thought, speech, and action, it is coming from the ignorance. Ignorance is misunderstanding, incomplete knowledge. Ignorance makes me forget the real self. Ignorance declares that you don't know the real self. It is made up of ignorance because it makes us run after the world to claim real self is outside. We will continue a couple of sessions for that. I'm trying to express in a way so that you can easily understand. The causal body, it is known as Karan Sharira. It is the combination of physical body plus the subtle body plus ignorance and plus vasanas. It records whatever I have spoken, thought of it, feel and touch, all are deposited and then accumulated into this causal body, and ultimately over a period of time it becomes a reservoir of the impressions. No, I eat pasta. I like pasta. I enjoy pasta. What is the ignorance in it? That is also made up of the causal body when you say, I enjoy eating pasta. How come? So that is the second part. This causal body is also the source of pleasure in contact with the world outside. Are you enjoying my session? It is coming from outside. It is also causal. So we are always free. We just express and that is all. You got it, very good. You don't get it, very good. Stephen. Source of pleasure. I'm just introducing the causal body and then we will go step by step. I'm just making you aware. I enjoy your session. I also say thank you very much. I appreciate it. You enjoy my session. But that has come in contact with a person outside. Anything that you enjoy, that is the result of contact with the outer world. That comes from the causal body. Because you lost your awareness that the happiness is within you. Are you getting it? Say yes. Even if you don't get it, say yes, no problem. Do you see that? So it is the source of ananda or pleasure in the objects of the world. We enjoy, feel pleasure in the world is coming from this body. But due to ignorance, we feel. Due to ignorance, we feel, we experience, we declare. What we declare? That you have given me peace and happiness. The teachers, our goal is to remove that ignorance. I'm giving you the knowledge bites about the causal body today, and then as we continue, we will go deeper. Now when the student asks in one of the texts, no, what is the material cause of this causal body? We say it is the subtlest form of matter. Technically, it is ignorance. Do you know Einstein became famous? Einstein theory of relativity, E is equal to mc square. Or simply put, energy is converted into matter, matter is converted into energy. You don't see the energy, it is present in the space. So it is the subtlest matter causal body is made up of. It's still made up of the matter, but it is the subtlest matter. And what that matter is known as ignorance. And that ignorance contains all the impressions, reservoir of impressions. Material, ignorance, and another word that I will use later, Prakriti. So again, understand that the components of the... How dare you say me? Expression is the subtle body, but the cause is coming from the causal body. Why you are upset? Why you are happy? Why you derive pleasure from the world outside? Why you are upset? Why you are angry? Why you are reacting? All coming from the causal body expressed by the subtle body. Effect is felt at the physical body, but I am none of these three bodies. Until those impressions which causes the ignorance is totally purified, emptied. We do not reach to that state of awakening our real self. Have you not seen the tree and the seed? That seed contains the entire tree. So another component of the causal body is that seed of ignorance is there. Are you getting it? Say yes. Always say that would be seed, a small seed, and it becomes a big tree. And that big tree is what I call my life. It came out of ignorance. I'm just painting a picture. What I claim, my life, my honey, I have a problem with my honey. No, my honey is wonderful. My kids are very good. Huh? I don't like your expression. I like your expression. Whatever you are expressing through thought, speech, and action, that seed of ignorance has become a tree in your personal, professional, social, situational conditions in the life. I am none of them. So when I realize that I am none of them, not intellectually, we paralyze the first. Obviously, first step is definitely I should recognize by intellect, by understanding. But then I use the same intellect to enter into another ignorance. It is like a tree sprouting from within a seed when it existed in potential or unmanifested form. another point, knowledge bites. Then we will go systematically one after the other. Why I'm not going systematically now? Because you should get a feel that how the causal body is taking over my life. You get upset over me, not you never get upset over me. The impressions of being upset is already there in the causal body being expressed by the subtle body at the physical level. That is why you say that you are upset with me. It doesn't make any difference to me. But because you are upset, you have created another impression in the causal body. Nothing mystical. Everything is very clear in our journey. The causal body serves as a source from the subtle and the gross body. Oh, another knowledge bite. Physical body has a certain age, we already know, 70, 80, 90, 100. One Indian yogi, physical yogi, got a national award. He is 126 years old. I was just watching an hour. That is the physical life. The subtle body lives much more than the physical body, and the causal body lives until the dissolution. Try to think. I'm just giving you those bites, and then we will make everything clear. Simple example, the plastic bottle. There is a maker of this plastic bottle. One person has made it, so maker. So that maker is an efficient cause. And the material cause is plastic. Clear? Now, even this plastic is crushed into a plastic. The potential plastic bottle is present in that crushed plastic, isn't it? It is present. The pot maker can conceive it. That's what we see, a recycle. Why I said so? As Girish is going to be recycled after a few years, it will take physical birth in a different form. So don't build your ego. You see that I have achieved. I am so beautiful. This physical body is recycled. And the impressions that this subtle body contains uses this coming from the causal body. Coming from, did you understand? I am none of these three bodies. But how? Oh, the intellect, I know I am none of these three bodies. No, we are attached. Attachment and detachment is there. The mental, emotional dirt is there in my life of attachment and detachment. Intellectual paralysis is there. Ego is there. Past impressions are there. Unless they are completely erased, we cannot reach and find and discover our real self. That causal body, once all its impressions are emptied, the mind realizes emptiness. In that state of emptiness, the real self reflects. I know. Once you know, it cannot be undone. No teacher outside can tell you that you have achieved. Teacher may know it, you. But you know yourself. You reach to that state, it is undone. You don't wake up in the morning, you awaken in the morning. When you sleep, you discover that sleeping state is different from you. Something inside still vibrates in deep sleep. You know it. We will continue our journey about this causal body. Close your eyes. Let us start our practice. So what we did, I won't say it's a higher or lower practice. It is all depends on the seeker. If you are a seeker, perfect seeker, simple practice is the highest practice. If you are not a seeker, nothing matters. So now eyes are closed. You know why eyes are closed. That belongs to the subtle body. Instrument of knowledge about the world outside. We don't need the knowledge of the world outside. Symbolically, we have closed our eyes. Now, how the symbol can be realized? By awareness. And the body is steady. Yes, body is steady. Mind is facing within. Why mind is facing within? To explore this causal in the subtle body. To go beyond it. And I explained you, just look at the head and the neck. Now pay attention. Look at the head and the neck means you are aware of the head and the neck. That awareness gives you some feeling. Let us call it sensation. From where it comes? From the subtle body. But what is that impression? Did you, first time when you feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness, basically the origin is the causal body. I just explained you the pleasure principle. But if the mind lives with attachment and detachment and projection, etc., then we do not recognize it. No, I recognize it. I know. Move the mind on the right arm. You see physical body, experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness comes from subtle body. And the cause of the subtle body is the causal body. So that causal body, due to ignorance, because causal body is made up of ignorance. So what ignorance says? Forget about this real self, crazy stuff. You get pleasure in eating pasta. So, due to the ignorance, the subtle body, the ego comes in contact with the right arm at this moment and you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. See that? Move the mind on the left arm. Again, you are aware I'm talking of the physical body, at the same time subtle body, at the same time causal body. When I say experience, sensation, relaxation, stillness. What do you mean? Are you telling a lie? Yes, in the beginning I have to tell a lie because your mind is engaged in a lot of lies and ignorance. I have to remove one lie with the other. You may have a question. The entire body from the crown of the head to the toes. Do you see that? Simple, very subtle principle and in a simple way. I am aware of the physical body, right? And who makes me aware of the physical body is the mind and the senses. The intellect knows it. It's all part of the subtle body. No, but about that experience, which I recognize as a sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Oh, those impressions were in the seed form and sprouted in the practice? Yes. But still one thing is left in the ignorance. I believe you got it. Well, continue for a couple of sessions. At least you will get a taste of the three bodies. And our body is sensation, relaxation. Initially I used to stop at sensation, relaxation, stillness. And we all enjoyed that. Oh, you see that? Teacher is good, student is good. No, we are not happy with that. And then, as I told you, millions and trillions of impressions are there. And it is not a one-day affair. Knowledge is realized in stages, as the tree does not become a tree overnight. You got it. Now focus your mind deep inside the heart and start dropping gently, Shantoham, Shantoham, Shantoham. Ignorance also means nothingness, but we are giving something, Shantoham. So subtle body, one part. And then the same subtle body goes to the energy body, energy sheet. We are going to work on, we are none of these 5 sheets. The body remains steady, sensation, relaxation, stillness, and start breathing. Quick, short breath from both the nostrils into the chest, dropping Shantoham deep inside the heart. And so here comes the catch. The mind should not make it a habit. So we should do 60, 80 breaths a minute, but without moving the body. Only the chest moves. So you are aware of the physical body, you are aware of the energy, you are aware of the subtle body is working on dropping Shantoham deep inside the heart in the space. Your wall is separate from you, your room is separate from you. It doesn't make any difference what you do. Same way the body is. You're not the physical body. And when it happens, then what? Then you know what it happens. Continue. Quick, short breath. Quick, short breath continues. That is the action part. Dropping Shantoham is the awareness part. And the intellect knows the body should remain steady. Why? I'm not attached to the body. And you continue. Who is going to stop the causal body? How? By your ego. Where? Through the mind. How? The mind has not good experiences received by the ego. The mind will say, stop. This is not is going to help me. But if those impressions are not there, the mind has a free ride, not affected by any impressions from the past taking over the ego, intellect, paralyzing the intellect, and then the mind says, enough is enough. But to live into that awareness, we need a repetition. We need to repeat it again and again and again. And now stop this step. Start breathing deep, silent and slow. We'll go for Nyas to recognize the three layers. It's only a matter of knowledge and understanding. No, I know it. Yes, I know that you know it. So move the mind deep, silent and slow as you inhale. Mind moves inside the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips, singing Om Shanti. There is another way to recognize this causal body. You are singing Om Shanti, and you will discover that this singing Om Shanti is disturbed or distracted by something. Causal body. You lose awareness of the deep silence, slow breath, causal body. Body moves, causal body. The intellect in the ego is sad. Oh no, I should not move it, but it moves. So when we practice in that awareness, one day we realize we are none of these three bodies and we are free then. Then very subtle impressions returns to the mind. And that we take care by the 5 sheet. We are none of these 5 sheet. Now, this practice is known as Nyas. I label it a Nyas. Now do the Nyas on the left arm. As you inhale, the breath in the mind moves together in the space inside the left arm. At the same time, you are drawing Om Shanti, reaching to the tips of the fingers. As you exhale, the mind moves from the fingers to the shoulder. Singing again Om Shanti. Only thing that the practice doesn't become habitual if I compare it with the driving. You are aware of the pedal, the brake, the rear mirror, the front mirror, the traffic in the front and the lane in the back. You see? It is happening in the field of awareness, one awareness. It has its physical body, you know it. It has its subtle body. No, what is the subtle body? In combination with you. Car doesn't know what is pedal, what is brake, what is rear and front. It is the mind. So you become the mind of the car and driver. You see. You're only driver until you drive the car. Look at it. If that metaphor works for you. Well, now do the nyasa inside the right leg from the right side of the waist to the toes. From the toes to the right side of the waist. You miss it. And you miss by almost 1 million reasons. You are enjoying, you are absorbed. Enjoyment came with the contact with the body and the breath. Oh, causal body is made up of pleasure also. Very subtle. And now, inside the left leg, Yeah, you're driving the car smoothly on a cruise. A sense of effortlessness comes. Why I'm speaking sense of effortlessness comes. You don't give a chance to the ego to bring in more impressions from the causal body. As long as this ego is there, the impressions will remain. A lot of stuff, we will understand in the following sessions. Beautiful. And now inside the spine from the crown of the head to the tailbone, the mind moves with the breath, dropping Om Shanti in the space. And as you exhale, the mind rises from the tailbone to the crown of the head. But at this moment, this nyasa is done with reference to the three bodies. You're raising your awareness of the three bodies. Intellect understands, yes, it says, I understand. The subtle ego says, did you understand? Yes. Mind also agrees with it. And still we miss something deeper inside. Causal body. So now this nyasa is with reference to the three bodies, the physical, subtle, and the causal. You will discover there are many very small, fractional of a second moment where the mind enjoys something else than the step one. Or the mind no, I enjoy that. I'll leave the step also. Look inside the heart. In the space, visualize an equilateral triangle pointing upward. You already know, move the mind on the three sides. And then, casually looking at the center of the triangle, moving the mind inside with the singing. So you're singing as if the mind dives deeper within. And when it dives at the last point, the mind appears to stop. And there you simply drop Shanti and stay there. Staying there is natural, effortless. It is only an awareness. What is that awareness? None of these three bodies. And the moment you see the mind breaks its rhythm, being absorbed deeper within, return again to the triangle, either move it clockwise or anti-clockwise. You see now? We have a total freedom. So because of the causal body, your mind will either move to the clockwise and anti-clockwise. That is why I gave this step. So now you are becoming aware. The mind chooses, oh, let me move it to the clockwise or anti-clockwise. In that freedom, then center mentally and Shanti. And after Shanti, the mind says, I have no role to play. Really? Yes. And do nothing, remain as you are. Without doing anything, I say, this is your room, yes. Is your computer, yes. This is your mouse, yes. This is your phone, yes. Can you become aware of the physical body? Yes. Awareness of the subtle body. Now, here, let me give you an expression. A subtle body, any movement, any sensation caused by the 5 energy functions. The mind goes somewhere with reference to the touch, smells, fragrance, sight, sound. Oh, yes. Motor organs, you are aware of them, but subtle body. You are aware of the subtle body now. But the cause of these two Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. we have hundreds of steps. Practice is always one. So when we personalize, we see how this causal body is affecting you, preventing you, blocking you. Om Shanti 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences and bring the hands down. We will share our experiences. How are you, Brandy?
I'm good. So I had to work really hard to listen to you for the lesson today. And then when I was in meditation, it wasn't lost on me that my causal body was getting in the way of me understanding my causal body. And that was kind of funny.
That's a point of awareness. Yes, you're right. You're right.
But then it wasn't such a big deal anymore, and my meditation was clearer.
That's good. That's a good point to understand. How are you, Stephen?
I'm good. That was probably the fastest meditation that I've had to date. It started and it was over. I felt, the second I closed my eyes, I felt being drawn into the center of myself. And I actually struggled to do the breathing, not actually when I was doing the breathing, just to actually start doing the breathing. And the vinyasa, I realized I was not doing it until I got to the left leg. So I was just in this very deep space.
Causal's body. You see that how the ignorance takes over, and our little awareness and understanding brings this causal body into awareness, and the moment you are aware, it is gone. It's a beautiful, beautiful. How are you, David and Jerry? No, we don't hear you. It's open, but wait, we don't hear you. Everything is the same. So, you can say it loudly when, yes, I think now perhaps I saw the tickle sound. I hear this tickle sound. Mic not working. Oh, mic not working. Yes, that is the material cause. How are you, Terry, in the meantime? You were totally, yes, David.
Hi, sorry about that. My mic wasn't working.
It's
very much like Stephen's experience for me. And it was, I would just say the one word was awareness or aware.
Yeah.
Specifically my subtle body. And it was interesting when I classified my awareness of my subtle body, I was able to observe it. And it was kind of like a rambunctious kid, and then you get them all settled down and then they'd act up again and you'd get them settled down. But my vinyasa, like Stephen's, I remember a little bit of the left shoulder and I remember a little bit of the spine, and that's it. And that's all I remember the whole meditation, frankly, other than the awareness.
That's so beautiful. One thing is really beautiful. Then you can start playing with your subtle body. That is what I used to say, that you work on the mind or the mind works on you. So now I know it, how the mind is working, so I can take over. Good. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good. Yeah, the mind was super content to be in the meditation. And at one point during the meditation, I had a thought of the vasanas and that reservoir of past impressions, and realizing that I'm not having these past impressions come up as much. And so I had this question about what happens, how do we dissolve them, was kind of the question. And then you answered it when you said the ego, and identifying with all those impressions, if we just let that identification go, right?
Yeah, you're right. That is a good answer. That is one answer. And as we understand in the following sessions, when these causal, you see that I just lifted my hand. This is also due to the causal body. It is expressed by the mind. So the causal body dies only at the time of dissolution. But only one thing, this causal body should not create an ignorance for me not to realize the real self. That much we want. How are you, Terry?
I'm okay. I was very even.
I saw that.
I continued to. Well, I was resisting. I was trying to not try. And I wanted to succeed, and I was trying not to want. And then I knew that was ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, yes.
Every time I every time I encountered resistance from the body, I just would do nothing. And then I would think, oh, now I'm not doing the practice. But then I thought, well, I'll just do nothing until I can start again.
Now, you are contemplating rightly, and the moment you recognize that it is ridiculous, it drops.
I couldn't figure out whether to fight the thing that was like something wasn't letting me move my mind down my leg. And I thought, well, should I fight that or should I not fight that? So I decided to just do nothing.
That's the right approach.
I just,
To fight and not to fight comes from the causal body.
Yeah, so.
The more you recognize it, you will see this problem. We will see what is happening. It is already happening. How are you, Sam?
Really good. Want to share one particular part of the experience was that this was the first time during the quick, short breathing that I didn't notice it in a way, because I was so focused on the presence and being aware of the space that I was in. There was really no difference to me from sitting silently at the beginning to doing the breathing and back, and maybe that's a message to me.
Yeah, that's good. So that gives me a kind of awareness of separation of the breath from I am. That is you want to say, and that's a beautiful. That's really beautiful. How are you, Vaibhav?
So it was very quiet, calm, very peaceful.
Very peaceful. Beautiful. How are you, sir? Lalit ji? After 20 years?
Yes, sir. It was amazing, sir.
It was amazing.
I did not want to come out of the meditation.
Beautiful. I'm amazing, meditation is amazing, or you are amazing?
Sir, you are amazing.
Oh, I'm amazing. Okay.
I learned the meditation from you.
Yes. Very good. Continue. So, how are you, Rakesh?
So today I joined first time this class, so I was trying to get into the things which you were telling. On the Nyasa part, when you came to the spine, so the moment you came to spine and you said Om Shanti, my mind said something else, which you taught me earlier.
Yeah.
So I thought this is a causal body which is giving me the previous
Yes.
impression. And so I continued with the new one, and ultimately it was quite deep, but I had to get into the groove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rakesh has also been almost 20 years, 25 years?
26 years.
26 years, yes. Rakesh is the dad of Vaibhav. So it comes, because we are moving in a flow of this session Mondays and Thursdays. So as you continue, you will attend a couple of the sessions. You will follow, but we have to commit. How are you, Ashok? And then we will go to
Sir, I am good and peaceful.
Good and peaceful. Thank you, sir. How are you, Anastasia? You have to call each and every one, as many people anyone can join. And that too is free.
Thank you. I'm peaceful. It was very light and easy and deep. And when I got to know with my subtle body, I've realized that I'm attached to my subtle body. It's new knowledge, new problem, something like that. But I had this week, I've had deeply understanding about my guilty feeling. I asked you once before, and now it came up from inside. So I'm happy with it.
Nana, continue to ask the questions, so I'll point out. But it's very important to ask the question, what is mind? No, mind is already a thought. No, ask the question, what is the thought? Thought is equal to I plus object. Okay, what is an object? And what is an I? So as you continue exploring, our great masters say that if you stop because of your causal body. Now see, you stop because... Now, who will attend your session? I'm not attending. Thank you very much, you don't attend. No, I'm going to attend. Thank you very much, attend. Both come from the causal body. An example I'm just giving you. So this causal body is the source of not only the pleasure, but it is also the source of ignorance. What is ignorance? I just gave you this 3 days, you have to work on it. Make a list. Sam is a project manager, so he always thinks logically. So make a list. What are the things, events, situation, relations makes you happy? And then explore from where it comes. It comes from the causal body. I like this mouse. I enjoy what... Come on, this mouse, it does not have a property of pleasure. It does not contain. And I lose awareness. Why I lose awareness? I'm happy, comfortable with the mouse, so I'm happy. So I live in ignorance. Do you see that? No, even if you don't see, that is okay. That is all for today. Thank you. We'll meet again on Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.